It's me! So I'm driving now to go get my kids. I'm coming out of my garage and all that other good stuff. So it's got a new mount and it's like a weird angle. So you're gonna have to suck up all this business here. Close my garage. Good. Okay. So where is it? There it is, right here. Next one. The next one, tournament job. Take it or leave it. This is at the point in the season where I started being like, meh, with this season, because the first one was okay, and then the second one was meh, and this one's kind of meh too. So I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about it anyway, and just try to get the good ones. The next episode is the date night job, and I have things to talk about with that one too, because it was great. Okay. So we'll talk about that next video though. So this is just a tournament job. So obviously the theme of this episode is competitive gaming and sweatshops, which is also terrifying in its own way. They even have a point in the episode where they mention sweatshops in a fancy hotel room, which is just sad, but it happens. I did not realize that competitive esports or whatever was such like a lucrative business when it came to that kind of things. Maybe it's just because I don't, like, I do it for joy, I don't do it for competition or whatever, but I guess it is. The thing that does upset me is that these kids are young, you know what I mean? Like, they probably late teens, all of them, and like the big sister in me was enraged when that sister tried to like break into the room and almost took down that freaking huge ass dude to like, you know, get to her brother, and then she couldn't get to him and stuff like that. It really bothered me. And not to mention, this dude has like knockoff Zach Morris vibes to him, and you already kind of fucking hate his face. But it is what it is. I mentioned previously that they do a better job of like more partisan in this series. So like, you know, there's the when Elliot pretty much says like, you know, esports is not a real sport, and Brianna's like, I'm gonna go tell Hardison, and you literally hear her type it, and immediately he's like, seriously, and like, I like that they do it in a way that sounds like Hardison. So they definitely still involve him in a lot of stuff, which I really enjoy. As you watch this episode, literally the best part of this entire episode is Harry. From his enthusiasm at being involved in it, to being like the producer who takes it way too seriously. Like, he does such a good job with the, and he pretty much takes like the handheld and he's going around like that hysterical. But obviously it was part of the con for him to go ahead and do that, because he had videotape of like everything that was going on, which was great. But he's the best part of the whole entire episode. If it hadn't been for him, I would definitely not have liked it. I also like that Brianna led the con. She's like, this is my world, let me go ahead and lead it. And then like, they gave her space to do that, which was nice, you know what I mean? Because they can choose not to, because she's still a newbie, but they gave her a lot of space to be able to do this however she wanted to. One of the things that like newbies just don't learn is how to pivot, how to have like a plan M when it comes to various things like that. The moment that, you know, it gets a little hard, she's like, I don't know what to do. And that part I was like, you're better than this. Come on. So that's I think like the only part where I was like, I don't invest in that. Elliot became the chef, and him taking on like the big brother / dad role in this was delightful, because Elliot, you really don't see, like, you see Elliot being protective of the team, but you don't see him being like this kind of protective of people. And it did give you a nice little layer to him, that he is protective of like people who are weaker and stuff like that. The thing that I thought was endearing, and maybe it's just because I'm Greek and I love me some food, is the fact that like, in order to like comfort these people and protect them, he like made them traditional food, and like, that's beautiful. What a beautiful sign of protection and affection in food. And that's something that I do like, that they made part of Elliot's character, that he is that he does realize the importance of food in many different aspects. Like, it's all about the context of food. So that's, I think that's important, because you know how much I love food and I love to cook and all that other good stuff. So I'm a big fan of how they do that. So yeah, that was great. it was weird that the whole thing was pivoted on a mod. And I was like, brah, like, I appreciate that it was fully predictive AI and stuff like that, but mods happen everywhere. And I like how Harry's like, this will ruin the game. And we're like, the mods exist everywhere, guys. Like, this is not new. You know what I mean? So it was just interesting how mods became, like, the weapon of that. Again, in this episode, they mention a hacker of some kind who is helping the video game dude. Are we still seeing chaos? Who is our hacker? Who is the one who is like pivoting against them? Like, really, we got to get into that. So next, what else was I thinking of? The t-shirt cannon. I had to laugh at the t-shirt cannon part because when she's like, Hardison, are you keeping t-shirt cannons away from me? I was like, rightfully so, because ultimately we see what you can do with a t-shirt cannon, sister. Like, you have no problem jacking some people up with a t-shirt cannon. Let's see what other parts. I didn't write a lot for this one. I thought the part where they had that dude, the Arnold dude, like, you know, they drug him and then he's like, he weirdly takes off his shirt and starts doing push-ups, and I like how Elliot's like, shit's getting weird. And we're like, yeah, we agree. But ultimately having that dude get his ass kicked, and like, I actually like the moment where they had him get his ass kicked in accordance with like how the video game is doing stuff. Like, that's clever. It's a clever little like button smash kind of thing. I also like Brianna fighting back against this guy, like smashing him in the face with the bottle, because beat him up all around. I'm into it. And then, you know, the nice little bow that they put on his downfall. I thought that was cute. And then obviously at the end, when Elliot was talking about the detox, I was like, I knew it! Like, I knew there's no way that you're gonna proactively continue to give these kids all this stuff. There's no way. So, like, you know, I already knew the detox thing was happening, and I thought that was nice. The downfall, I guess, was okay. It was very public in their universe and stuff like that, so that's perfectly fine. He did get hit again with a t-shirt cannon, and I'm into it. Like I said, beat up that dude, because that freaking asshole with his, so angry. And then watching them play video games at the end was kind of adorable. So, anyway, like I said, it was an okay episode. It wasn't anything to write home about. It was just more like little nods here and there, and growth for Brianna here and there. So, yeah, it's alright. Anyway, on to the next. The next one will be the date night job, and I love that episode. Bye.